Beatrix Potter was one of Great Britain's best-loved literary figures of the 20th century. Born in Kensington in 1866, she's best known for her short stories to include the exploits of a certain Peter Rabbit. She enjoyed a comfortable, middle-class upbringing, typical of the period. Educated often away from other children by a governess, she enjoyed many formative holidays to the Lake District of Scotland. Observing all of the local flora and fauna, these trips would go on to inform and really direct the books that she would write later in life. Here at Dawsons, we were delighted to discover a collection of previously unseen letters written by Beatrix Potter. Consigned for sale by direct descendants of the Handley family, these letters are doubly rare due to not only their subject matter, but also the wonderful provenance that came with them. She was writing to Professor Alec Handley, a renowned agriculturalist in the 20th century, writing at the latter half of her life as she looked after farmland in the Lake District. She writes to Handley at a period of her life when she's very frustrated by the situations placed upon her, both by having to run land and produce food during war years, and also having to deal with the red tape of a lot of the authorities of the day. The letters spoke of her resolve and her strength of character as she writes to Handley, expressing the difficulties and the frustrations with her situation. But what comes through consistently really was her strength of character, and you get a real sense of the lady when reading. Certain passages are scribbled, certain passages are underlined, and you get a sense of her desperation, but also of her strength of character. Not surprisingly, they attracted interest from all over the world before the auction. The week before the sale spent undertaking interviews for the BBC, with lots of local radio as well, groups from across the world coming forward and expressing an interest in obtaining these letters. Here, Beatrix Potter is writing to Professor James Alec Handley under her married name of Helis. So looking at the letters, the first thing that really strikes you is a sense of the character that comes through of the writer. Of course, nowadays when typing emails and writing everything electronically, that's lost, but here there are passages which have been underlined, there are sentences which are written quickly, almost hurriedly, and of course that really captures in time forever a sense of the person writing the letters. Her strength of character comes through, of course, when discussing the harsh realities of farming in wartime and the problems that she faced. But also, there are certain slightly more human, comical lines that come across. One in particular where she goes to great pains to provide detailed instruction on how to reach her rural property, of course, in the days long before Google Maps or similar. And she goes on and says here, "If you do finally reach me, I will be pleased to provide whatever food is available, mainly lettuces." And of course, there's an unavoidable wry smile in the face of the reader thinking about the exploits of one certain Peter Rabbit.
So you've got number 256, one of the highlights of the day here. It's an important collection of handwritten letters by none other than Beatrix Potter. Basically with the telephone here at £10,000. There we are. The journey ends here today, ladies and gentlemen, at £10,000. You're quite sure? This time, I sell, fully warned, at £10,000 to the telephone here then. There we are. Thank you, sir.
As you can see, the collection went on to sell for a staggering £10,000, and as you can imagine, the vendors were delighted. Here at Dawsons, we value and sell all types of antiques and fine art, so for guidance or assistance with selling your collection, or for just simply obtaining a valuation, please do get in touch. Making them equally rare, like Peter Rabbit.